Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that Iran's army spokesman, Mohammad Akraminia, issued a stern warning, stating that if Iran were to be attacked again, its adversaries would encounter surprising new methods of warfare and unprecedented arenas of retaliation. Akraminia emphasized that nations imposing sanctions on Iran would face significant difficulties in traversing the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. This statement underscores the escalating tensions in the region and Iran's resolve to respond decisively to any further aggression. The warning suggests a potential shift in Iran's defense strategy, possibly involving asymmetric tactics or unexpected operational zones, should the conflict deepen. The threat concerning the Strait of Hormuz highlights Iran's leverage over global oil supplies, making the waterway a critical flashpoint in any future confrontation. Daily Express U.S. reports that Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared the war in Ukraine is coming to an end. In a rare move, Putin explicitly mentioned Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky by name, suggesting a potential meeting in a third country to finalize a peace agreement. This subtle shift in his stance comes after a 3-day ceasefire, brokered by Donald Trump, which Putin accepted following significant missile and drone attacks by Ukraine on critical Russian infrastructure. The article notes that this change also emerged amid unverified rumors of unrest within his security establishment and heightened concerns for his personal safety. Putin attributed the possibility of ending hostilities to the West's inability to inflict a crushing defeat on Russia, while notably omitting any acknowledgement of his military failures in Ukraine. He reiterated his willingness to meet Zelensky in Moscow or a neutral location, but only after final long-term peace treaty agreements have been reached. A commercial cargo ship was reportedly attacked by an unidentified flying object northeast of Doha, Qatar on Sunday, according to Duoque. Maritime Trade Operations, UKMTO, stated that a small fire broke out on board after the attack, approximately 23 nautical miles off the Qatari coast. Fortunately, the fire was quickly extinguished and no casualties or environmental damage were reported. The article notes that no organization has claimed responsibility for this incident. This event occurs amidst a period of heightened regional tensions, with Gulf shipping routes experiencing repeated attacks since February 28th. The U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, recently accused Iranian forces of using drones, missiles, and small boats to target commercial and military vessels near the Strait of Hormuz, a claim denied by Tehran. Furthermore, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, issued a warning on Saturday, threatening fierce attacks on U.S. regional assets and ships if Iranian oil tankers or merchant vessels are targeted. A devastating terrorist attack occurred in Pakistan on Saturday, resulting in at least 15 police casualties. According to a report by al-Sharaa, armed militants executed a meticulously planned assault on a police post in northwestern Pakistan. The attack began with a suicide bomber driving a vehicle packed with explosives into the outpost. Following the initial blast, the militants stormed the damaged building, opening fire on any surviving officers. As neighboring police forces rushed to the scene to provide assistance, they were ambushed by the attackers. Police official Sajjad Khan confirmed that 12 bodies of police officers were recovered from the rubble, with an additional 3 individuals rescued and hospitalized. The radical group, Ittihad ul-Mujahideen, has claimed responsibility for this complex operation. The incident further exacerbates the already strained relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Pakistan has consistently accused the Afghan Taliban regime of providing refuge to armed groups that launch attacks from Afghan territory, an accusation the Taliban denies, insisting it is an internal Pakistani issue. This attack comes months after the two nations experienced their most severe confrontations in years in February. with a formal ceasefire still elusive despite a recent de-escalation in fighting. Al Jazeera reports that Syria's interim president Ahmed al-Sharaa has announced a significant government reshuffle, the first since the ouster of President Bashar al-Assad in December 2024. The changes include replacing his brother, Mar, as Secretary General for the presidency following accusations of nepotism, and appointing Abdul Rahman Badruddin al-Amma to the post. Additionally, key cabinet positions like information and agriculture ministers were reshuffled, and governors in provinces such as Homs, Quneitra, and Deir az-Zor were replaced. This overhaul comes amid widespread protests stemming from worsening economic conditions and public dissatisfaction with government performance. The reshuffle aligns with efforts by al-Shara's government to establish legitimacy and transparency during Syria's 5-year transitional period. Notably, these changes coincide with ongoing trials for Assad-era officials, including Atef Najib, accused of overseeing the violent crackdown in Daraa province in 2011. Bashar al-Assad and his brother Mar are also charged in absentia with severe crimes like killings, torture, extortion, and drug trafficking. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.